Hello, hi, what's up? I'm going to be talking about the last thing we did. We talked about styles attributes. So I'm going to be jumping into that. So first of all, let me open my folder. This is my folder. Then I'm going to do my CMD. Then I'll say code. Then I'm going to open my code editor. So this is what I have from last time, but let me delete it. Let's start afresh. Sorry about the sound. You'll be hearing some zzz sounds. That's my air condition making noise, my AC. So now, what is a style attribute? What is style attribute? Now, HTML style attribute. This is what I'm talking about. HTML style attribute. What is HTML style attribute? HTML style attribute is used. It is used to add style to an element such as color and font size, what again, and many more. So I beg your pardon, I'm reading from I'm reading from W3 schools. So please bear with me. I'm reading from W3 schools. So HTML style attributes is used to add styles to an element such as color, font size, and so many more. So what we mean here is this: we can add attributes. We can add this color, font size to our element. You know what an element is, don't you? So let's say, for example, we have a p tag, and I say, hello, how are you doing? All together, this is an element. Okay, all together is called an element. Then I'm going to create another element again. First of all, I'll start with the tag. I'll say age. Let's use the h4 tag. You can say I have the h4 tag, open and closing tag. Now I'm going to come here and say, I'll say my name is Red and I love video games. I love video gaming. Let's say gaming. So the first one is, hello, how are you doing? My name is Red and I love video gaming. So let's actually go and refresh. Let's go here, open my app, my folder. Now run this. Wow. So this is what it says now. He said, hello, how are you doing? My name is Red and I love video gaming. Now you can see the two. One is the P tag, that's the paragraph tag, and the other one is just the age 5 tag, right? Age 4, okay. Now, how can I use a style attribute? Let's make this one to become red. Let's give a color to this P tag, this element. So how do you do that? You will only come here. You see inside that first P tag, you see where my cursor is? You now give a small space. You now say S-T-Y-L-E, that's style. You just spelled style attribute. So remember when I told you style attribute, when you have equals to something that has codes, that means it's an attribute. So you can pass in things there. So now we are talking about the HTML style attribute. What does this do? This thing alone gives us superpowers to give our elements color, font size. We can even make our elements dance around and all that stuff. We can do that in CSS transition anyway. So but let's just stick to style property. So I'm going to come here and I'll say color. I'll say full colon. Remember the full colon. And I'll say red. You can give it any color of your choice. Doesn't mean it's red. I don't know why I like to use red. Maybe because my nickname is red. So now make sure you have a semicolon after the value that you give. The property, this is a property and this is value. Now, this is what we call property. Color. This is a property. Now the value can be yellow. Then you put semicolon. That is a value. If I come again, I can create another this now, say font size. This is a property. Then the value I want to give the font size, I'll say 25 pixels. I will end it. So remember, this is a property and this is a value. Why this is a property and this is a value? Okay, so remember to always put your semicolon at the end of each code. So I'm going to cancel this. Now let's go and see what we did. I'll now refresh. You can see say hello, how are you doing? Okay, we can still push it to the center. We can go further and push this to the center. How can we do that? We can come here and say test align, and I'll say center. Mind you, I'm using the help of my VS Code. You can see it's bringing tips on what to use and all that, bringing hints. So now I said test align center. Okay, you can see it clearly, test align center. Then I'll come here, I'll refresh. Wow, it has gone to the center. You can even go ahead to put underline under this thing. By coming here, I can say test decoration. Test decoration, then I'll say underline. Just by saying test decoration underline. If we come, we refresh. Nice. You can see the test decoration underline has actually taken over. So the second one is my name is Red and I love video gaming. We can actually do something to this. We can come here and say style, and I'll say color. I'll give this one blue, and I'll end it. Always make sure you end it with your semicolon, full semicolon. Okay, this one is full colon and this one is semicolon. So if you come here, we'll refresh. Wow, my name is Red and I love video gaming. Now you see this red that you see here. Oh, let me not go there. Let's create something again. Let me come here, let me create another p tag. I'll say watch out, danger ahead. So I've given this element. Now if we refresh our browser, you see where they wrote watch out, danger ahead, right? Let's assume I want to make this danger to be red, just this guy, this letter danger ahead, just this word. The rest should be how they were. Let's make this one red. Okay, how do we do that? We can come here. Now there is a tag called span tag. This is how it's spelled, S-P-A-N. That's how it spells, the span tag. Okay, where you put your elements at the center. So I'm going to take this span tag. I will come to you, see where my cursor is, near the out. I'll give a space and I'll say span tag. You can see this is a new span, this is a new tag inside the p tag. You can put it anywhere. You can even put in the h tags. It will work anywhere. So I'm going to grab this danger, I'll cut it, Ctrl X. I'll now come to the middle, I'll paste it. Of course, when I refresh, nothing will still happen because I'm not giving it HTML style attributes. So let's go and give this span tag HTML style attribute. Now you'll be wondering, why am I not giving the p tag a style attribute? Don't worry, the danger is in between where the span tag. So let's give the span tag a style attribute. And I'll say style. You can see, and I'll say color, and I'll say red. Now this danger become red. So let's see. You can see red. We can even give background color to the whole guys here. So when we come here, I can come to the p tag now and I'll say style attribute. But first of all, before I give it a background color, I'd like to give it a white color. I'll say color, I'll say white. Now once you make it white, it's not going to, you won't see it here anymore because the background of this whole body is white. Okay, so watch out, you only see the danger that is red. You can see, but the letters are still there. So they are like, you know, they've matched with that color. You can't see those text. So how do we fix this? Remember, I wanted to give this guy a background color. The only way we can fix it is by giving it another color, by saying blue, okay, or any other color. You understand? But I want it to be white because I want to give this a background color. So how do I do that? I'll come here, I'll give it white back, then I'll come here and now say background. You can use background color like this, background color, or you can say background and I'll say black. Just by saying black, you can give it any color of your choice. It's just for the text to show. If I refresh now, beautiful. Watch out, danger ahead. Okay, so this is how you work with style attributes. This is how you work with style attribute. Remember, how do you work with the style attribute? You have to give your first p tag, then you write your content inside. So once the content is there, you now come here, you give a space, you now type style, which says equals to, then you start giving property of your choices. I can say font size, I say 45 pixels. This will increase the element to be 45 pixels. Let's see that. You can see it has increased the element to be 45 cm, 45 pixels. So this is just an example on how to make your style attribute. I hope you guys get this right. So if you have any questions regarding what we did today, just ask. Thank you and wait for the next video.